You're it. Ready to go?
Yo, what took you so long?
Hello, Bugs.
No, I ain't gonna say it again.
This is Alison. Today we're going to be pretending that everything is fine. Yeah, and back. Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it? That was as long as I could manage. A second and a half. A reality time now, however. And, well, finally, today, we're going to road test the latest update to the CSA app, the government app that has brought the great British tradition of snitching on people you don't like back to the very heart of public life, the school playground. I'm going to tell a new threat. It's got a whole new lease of life these days.
I told you to stay fucking still.
Please, you fucking stop. Back off. Get friendly, are ya?
Reported in your areas, potentially armed and hostile. Moving inbound to hostile.
In pursuit. I repeat, we are in pursuit.
Control, we're following this perp.
Listeners, in case you want to drop someone in, as long as it's not me, 0044-203-8832, and don't forget to get the permission of the person who pays your bills before you call that number.
Hey, I'd like to report my co-host Andrew, who runs an underground satirical anti-government comedy show, for running and co-hosting an underground
We are
satirical
trailing the
anti-government comedy
target.
show. Also, he does terrible puns.
Well, excuse me, I have a suspect for you. That is my co-host, Alice. I have some evidence for you. She tutted audibly at the sight of an Albion vehicle in the street yesterday.
I think I
lost
She
you.
says
Target is
she
long
prefers
gone.
pigeons to
Disengage.
drones.
Over and out.
Come on, seriously, when did a drone ever crap on the pigeons? And what's more, and look, I've no idea if this is true or not, but I have it on very good authority, so please write this down, that she owns not one, but...
I'll give you the bad news first. One of your operatives has been kidnapped. Also, there's no good news.
Shit.
I'm reconstructing their CTOS data now, and it looks like they were being trailed by an enemy of ours right before they were kidnapped. A woman who you managed to piss off during your escapades. Find her, and she'll lead us to our operative.
Piss easy. I got this.
with your neighbours, your colleagues, or... What the heck? In for a penny, your family, you just dob them in and be done with it. But I guess it could backfire. I mean, the thing is with a family, inevitably parents and their children, they end up squabbling, and, you know, it's today's Britain, your kids are going to dob you in, so you might as well get in there first and preemptively counter-dob them in to the authority. What's that number again? Let's call them up again. Hey, I've got someone else. It's my son. Let's call him Norris. He never tidies his bedroom. He gets up late. He listens to illegal, non-government sanctioned music and is covertly plotting the downfall of the government and the restoration of a true democracy. Thank you.
Yeah, just define all your household chores as patriotic. And if they fail to do them, dob them in.
Problem solved.
If you don't do the washing up, do you even want a clean British ethnostate?
This is the bug on the Buccaneer. Well, before we go today, Alice, let's delve
The kidnapper is nearby. You can grab the location of our kidnapped operative from her optic.
the flag. I never thought I'd miss the old Union Jack, but somehow our new flag manages to be even more irritating than that. I don't know quite what it is, if it's the new colour scheme or if it's just simple.
Investigation underway.
Quiet here.
Target out of sight. Searching area.
Area clear. Moving on.
Cease and desist, or you will be restrained. Warning. Continuing unlawful activity will result in arrest. Surrender yourself. Failure to comply.
Putting a stop to this! You! Identify yourself! Moving to last known position. position.
Going in for a...
Help, please!
Live alarm. Location sent. Need a 1013.
GPS analysis complete. I've got a bead on our kidnapped operative.
Send me the coordinates.
Had an amazing presence. You were inspired by her very being, and she was just incredibly talented and knowledgeable, and one of possibly the best living people that I've ever met.
I'm not sure you're being too objective there. I mean, I imagine she's not very likable as a person.
She obviously despises humanity in some ways. I think she believes that becoming data is preferable to being human. She's one of these people who's extremely methodical in everything that she does, and she does everything to perfection and really tries to change the world around her and make it a better place for us to live in.
If you say so.
You're listening to The Bug.
May cause nausea, vomiting and headaches. Hello Britain, this is The Bug, the show that holds up a mirror to the world and smashes itself on the head with it in despair. I'm Andy, joining me as always.
Albie's looking for good candidates. Come see me for more information.
Our missing operative is here. Oh, and some armed guards too. Fun.
It's not... I'm here.
Proceed to alarm location. Acknowledge, over.
You good, I got you.
Result in extreme measures. Unlawful activity will result in arrest.
You're finished now!
Will result in forceful intervention.
Engaging! I have a closer look near the alarm. Initiate search protocol. Sending location on a 1033. Advise conditions.
Fuck is out there?
Engaging target.
Right, time to get him out.
I owe you one favor.
What's this?
We've just hijacked a feed from an Albion prison flight. Seems these poor sods are being renditioned out the country for extreme insubordination.
Why?
I know, right? Why not just fire them? All I can tell you is that these people are off to summer school in the Seychelles for re-education.
This is Connor 12. George has full control of the plane. Connor 12, stand by. We're getting some weird readings with your onboard data. Understood. Pan, Delta 39 Pan. There's somebody else in the system.
Right, here we are. These prisoners were detained for attempting to reveal operations intelligence to external agents. Whistleblowers. Perhaps they even tried to contact DedSec. Luckily, you can reroute the plane.
Good idea, Bagley.
Delta 39 heading. Requesting immediate assistance.
Rerouting plane.
Plane should be landing in a few hours. I've contacted the local authorities who are less than pleased with Albion. Seems they think of human rights as rights and not legal obstacles. These Albion defectors will be welcome.
Thanks, Bagley.
Attention, flat tire detect. Attention.
Seems like you got away. Our friend is back in fighting shape and another enemy of DedSec has been thwarted. Nicely done.
No more meal times frees up all that extra time for appreciating all the selfless hard work that Albion do to keep us all safe.
Well, as you say, Andy, people are drawn to novelty, and everyone's had breakfast once. Why you gotta keep having it again and again?
Boring, repetitive. There's enough of that in life, ladies. You are listening to The Bar. Well, another story that has come to the fore recently is that all European imports have been banned for public health reasons, which is great news. I mean, at least we can get eating good, home-produced, locally sourced, British industrially unsafe food. That's something we can all cling to. Public health reasons, those are curious words. Alice, I don't know, is that in case the public gets too healthy eating all that Mediterranean mutton? It's that British food for British tummies. Spelt, nettles, rabbit. That's all we need. That's all we need in the glory days. Everyone round to Nigel's for dinner.
Who needs Italian olives when you can eat pickled rubber bands and a soup of regret? Who needs a nice cheese when you can eat a lukewarm, unspecified rat meat pie with 0 spices?
Knuckles and bits of dead fox. That's all we needed to eat in the glory days. Let's make Britain great again. That's all from the bug today. Good night, sleep tight, and make sure the bed bugs do bite.
From Robert Peel's Bobbies to our first radio cars, we've been here to serve this city. And while times might have changed, our dedication hasn't. The Metropolitan Police. We've been protecting London since 1829.
This is London Calling. You're listening to Buccaneer, your pirate podcast source for what they go to.
My fault.
Very nice.
Just come over and make a bed. Alright, all good. Of course. Here you are. Always. Anyone here interested in making a bed? Just come over and make a bed.
Right then. Hey. Right, come on. What a day, man. What a day.
Anyone here interested in making a bit of money?
For what was paid for, nobody could figure out how things were done, but everybody had a feeling that something really stunk, and they couldn't figure it out. And yet...
Let's wait around and see if this alleged war criminal shows up. Our potential recruit has been trying to bring an Albion war criminal to justice. We should be able to download their full record off their optic.
Oh, please, help anyone! Not my time, clear up. Look at me, stay on the road! Please, I'm a skilled worker. I just need... Stay on. I'm sorry, but I just can't hold it back any longer, you know? I can't stand there and watch it just be a bunch of overbearing shit to everyone.
I've extracted a complete service record from the guard's optic, including one particularly nasty atrocity. I'll send it on to our prospect and let them decide how to handle it. Now that you've helped them, they might be willing to talk to us.
Does big data look into our lives?
Bagley, little help?
Well, I've got nothing coming up when I noodle Evil Lab, but fortunately we've been given the name of a high-level Albion employee who should have that information in their personal files. Here's their info.
Social credit systems. This is where every aspect of your behavior is monitored and totted up by a central system to sort of score you as a person, a bit like a credit card, but predicated on all of your behaviour rather than just how much money you're spending. And this can have profound impact. We're starting to see systems emerge which will punish you and stop you from doing things in society based on your behaviours. And this can be as trivial as if you jaywalk, if you cross the road in the wrong place, you might lose points. If you do some community activities or help your neighbours, you might earn points. And then this can be used to sort of evaluate you as a person. And this could mean, for example, travel privileges, being able to travel first class, or being denied from travelling first class to not being allowed to travel at all. These systems are very real and very possible because of all the data that has now held on us.
So if your ears are burning and you think someone might be watching you, you're probably right. They're watching all of us. I'm Tash and you've been listening to Buccaneer. Keep listening, keep sharing the show and keep it encrypted. They're watching us, but we're watching them too.
Good luck. nibbling away on the rotting carcass of a once-free Britain.
Yum, yum.
Hello, Resistance fans. You're listening to the Bug Podcast, the objective voice of objection for this most objectionable world. I am Andy, not my real name, so good luck finding me in this room. My real name is, in fact, Andrew, and I live in, note this down, a deluded pseudo-reality of my own making, which is, in fact, the most densely populated place on Earth these days. Overcrowded, some might say. Joining me, as always, my next-door neighbour in these Netherlands of nonsense. It's Alice.
Yes, indeed, it is Alice. Alice, who the bleep is Alice? I am not going to tell you that, but you can just sort of sense it from the timbre of my voice.
Let's spin the wheel and find out where we're getting today's news from. Here, it's coming from here. I must get a new wheel with at least one other place on it. And the headline today, Alice, our borders are safe. We can all sleep easy in our well-bordered beds.
The Albion employee we're looking for should be around here. There's the Albion employee. I can scrape her optic data for intel.
Let's get this little shit.
Here comes data.
I found where our friend's research is being stored.
Thanks, Bagley. Right, going now.
Must be nearby.
Another option, extend the White Cliffs of Dover. They've been resting on their laurels for too long. Very inefficient, it turns out, as a means of stopping immigration. It looks to provide about another 11,000 miles, a full wrap around Great Britain, and they could do it being about 1.5 kilometres higher as well, with a special greasy coating to stop people clambering over the top or however they get in. Here's a quick joke for you, Alice, about immigration. Did you hear the one about the woman who went into the immigration processing centre and was ever seen again?
No, Andy, I didn't hear that one.
Boom. Set up, punchline. Classic. For those of you unfamiliar with it, the Immigration Processing Centre is, of course, where so many of our guests to Britain go for a longer than desirable game of involuntary hide and seek. You are listening to The Bug. I will conclude by saying that of all the things wrong with Britain today, I think immigration is right up there, Alice. When you think of all the health professions we've stolen from overseas over the years here in Britain, it's quite possible that all these people are just coming here to try to get an appointment with their local doctor.
Yes, Andy, certainly as someone who came from the expanded arm of the empire when Britain was still reaching out rather than folding in on itself, most of us just come here to visit our stuff in the museums.
It's the British way.
Speaking of international movement, Britain has recalled all European ambassadors after a spy scandal. I think this is probably a good thing, because British foreign politicians are always putting their foot in their mouths. How much worse can they do if they're not there? I mean, by definition, the fact that there's a spy scandal means that they were terrible spies. The point of spies is that there's never a spy
Auto
scandal.
drive now enabled.
Yeah, but let's give credit to all the spies that haven't been in scandals, therefore might as well not exist.
Well, they've arrested those German spies in that SIRS crackdown on the illegals in Hackney, and I think that's a sad thing. I think I used to think of Germans as quite scary, but that was because I've been watching World War II movies where the Germans all have English accents. They speak in that very precise way. It's very, we have ways of making you talk, and now Germans all have that American accent where it's all like,
Any sign of the target?
We're having a really nice time.
Anyone?
Much friendlier Germans. Let them stay.
Well, that's all today, Bugsters. Remember, it's not as bad as it seems. Honestly.
Return into HQ.
Until next time.
Search terminated.
They hacked it, and, he lost everything.
They said it was safe.
The dealer transferred the funds using cryptocurrency.
They said it was crime-free.
Well, it's new jobs, isn't it? Gotta have new jobs.
They said it was patriotic. They lied. Cryptocurrency. If you can't see it, how can you really trust it?
You're listening to The Bug.
Michael's nausea, vomiting and headaches. You're listening to The Bug, the Resistance comedy show brought to you by the Buccaneer Network. I'm Andy. Joining me, as always, Alice.
I'm,
All right, we're here.
Right, our friend's research should be somewhere in this facility.
This world yet. What a beaut. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah.
Done and done. Any notes? Nope, didn't think so.
That's the server with our friend's research on it.
You're making this...
The drug our friend was working on increases awareness and hostility by 72%. So basically social media in a pill. Albion was going to give it to their people, but I've just wiped their research data.
Nice work, Bagley. It's all done.
Nice fucking work, bruv. I don't know how to repay you.
Honestly, if you want to repay us, why don't you just join up? You seem cool.
Yeah, why not? I'm in.
Hundreds of thousands of lives just by screening for cancer, let alone testing for cancer. But that stuff has a half-life of 66 hours.
The more badasses, the merrier, right?
Damn right. Man's ready to tear it up.
Sweet.
I'm not saying that you anything.
How are you doing? I hope you don't mind me getting situated in your safe house. Crime marches on, and so will I. There are still cases that need to be closed, if you'll help me.
Cool, I'm all over it.
Excellent. I uploaded a case to Bagley. He can brief you on it.
Yeah? And a fuck ton of people will die from it.
Is it the dance you enjoy, or is that just something to do with your hands while you get shit-faced?
Auto drive now enabled.
I think what we've come to now is a realisation that capitalism's essentially failed. I mean, the one key promise of capitalism that it makes to its citizens is that there will be surplus, that we will have plenty, and that's the whole logic for running society in this way, that people will have enough. And now, with these kind of huge shortages of everything, you're seeing that system collapse. It hasn't delivered on its primary promise. And I think we've really reached the situation where we have to do away with capitalism entirely. We're seeing a situation where there's shortages for the many, but for a few individuals, there's an elite who are not struggling and short of anything. So this is kind of fundamental inequality of a capitalist system, which is no longer producing the goods for most of us. Shortages are being used as well. I'm not saying that there isn't a real shortage. There possibly is real shortages, but shortages are being used as an excuse for those in power, those elites, to keep what they want and not give to the rest of us what we need. So the excuse that there's simply not enough to go around is the justification for maintaining a kind of power of the 1% and leaving the rest of us short.
If you're starving hungry tonight, if your parents can't get their medicine and your brothers and sisters have to steal to eat,
Auto drive now disabled.
Of Albion, or Clan Kelly, or someone, just not us. But that's going to change. You've been listening to Buccaneer with me, Tash. Keep spreading the word and keep sharing the podcast. There's enough of everything out there for all of us. We just need the guts to take it back.
Welcome back to The Upload. Today we're talking about cryptocurrency. Crypto now sees...
I've taken the liberty of perusing the shipping manifests. Clan Kelly took possession of 3 crates originating from Cairo.
So those are the ones loaded with Chronosex. Cool. Let's lay waste to these crates right now.
About that, the crates have some kind of trap mechanism that releases nerve gas when tampered with. Surprisingly creative security measure. Normally they rely on burly lads with sacks of doorknobs.
All right. I won't touch the crates. I'll just lay waste to him.
streets marginally cleaner. Get out of there. Well, the supply is taken care of, but the supply line is still functional.
I can help with that. Clan Kelly gets their Kronos X out of Cairo through a broker. Abby Tran. I found out through an informant that she accompanied the latest shipment.
Then we might be able to find her at the shipyard.
We need to keep that rubbish off the streets.
To keep track of who has what money or how they're spending it. It's all out there in the open for everyone to see.
Hey, man's got this DedSec shit down on lock.
You wouldn't have been recruited if DedSec thought you'd be killed that easily.
So what? Are you trying to beef me or pay man a compliment, Bagley boy?
That's just how Bagley is, innit? You'll get used to him. Oh, and great work back there.
Today to think of people not using cryptocurrency. It's so amazing.
This is the shipyard where Clan Kelly received the Kronos X. Time to find Abby Tran and make sure she doesn't broker any more deals.
I've looked into this drug. It was developed for the military. In low doses, it heightens reflexes, lowers response times, turns soldiers into killing machines.
Oh, I get it now. Clan Kellys ain't gonna sell this shit. They're gonna turn their thugs into fucking super soldiers.
People... off grid, started using crypto, and just as everyone was losing faith in the pound, they were gaining it in crypto.